Please pay homage to the Buddha. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa.
Now the first question is, can a yogi discern the 4 elements at Anapana Nimitta and break it into kalapa?
If they had already discerned kalāpas and ultimate materiality both internally and externally, especially while they are discerning 8 types of mind-born kalāpas. At that time, they can discern in the nimitta also 4 elements. Without discerning 4 elements externally, if they directly discern the nimitta 4 elements in the anapana pratibhaga nimitta, etc., it is impossible. Because of this reason, if a meditator wants to discern kalāpas in the anapana pratibhaga nimitta, first a meditator should try to discern different types of kalāpas in 6 doors and different types of kalāpas in 42 parts of body. For example, in Indo there are 7 types of kalāpas, such as octad-kalāpas, Bhaddanta Asinna, life non-kalāpas, mind-born octad-kalāpas, temperature-born octad-kalāpas, nutriment-born octad-kalāpas, etc. After that, they should continue 6 doors, 42 parts, etc. in the same way. Then they should discern 8 types of mind-born kalāpas, both internally and externally. 6 doors and 42 parts of body also, both internally and externally. After discerning that, among 8 types of mind-born kalāpas, there are 2 types of kalāpas. Asasa pasasa. Asasa pasasa, which is together with, concomitant with lahuda, mududa, kaminyada. Lightness, pliancy, and adaptability. So these, so as how they should try to discern. They should try to discern the bhavanga mind. They should try to breathe. At the time, the mind which arises depending on heart base produce mind-born kalāpas throughout the body, including in-breath and out-breath. If they analyze those kalāpas, especially in-breath and out-breath, at that time they will see 9 types of materiality, such as earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, odor, flavor, nutritive acids, and sound of breath. Altogether there are 9 types of materiality. Then they should also try to discern temperature bone kalāpas produce the temperature of those mind bone kalāpas, which is now called asasa, pasasa, in-breath and out-breath. In-breath and out-breath are a group of kalāpas. After discerning these kalāpas and analyzing those materialities, a meditator again should try to see in those mind-bone kalāpas, which is now called asasa, pasasa. There is temperature, fire element. That temperature also produces new generation, new kalāpas. These new kalāpas are not only internally but also externally. Then you should go up to the nostril area or upper lip area. Between the nostril and upper lip, there are different types of kalāpas, which is called asasa, pasasa also. These kalāpas are outside the body. Mind-bone kalāpas does not rise outside the body. But there are only temperature bone kalāpas. But these temperature bone kalāpas are produced by the temperature which is concomitant with mind-bone kalāpa, which is now called asasa, pasasa. If they can discern this temperature bone kalāpas between the nostril and upper lip, at that time they can also discern 4 elements and that patibhaga nimitta, which is situated between the nostril and upper lip. If they can discern 4 elements, they will see kalāpas. If they analyze those kalāpas, there are usually 8 types of materiality, such as earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, odor, and flavor. Among those kalāpas, there is color. That color is luminous and radiant and bright. That a combination of many kalāpas, kala, becomes nimitta. So at that time they can discern this nimitta. But depending on meditator's perception, that nimitta may be long or may be raw or may be yellow or may be red, etc. No problem. They can discern any color. This is anapana patibhaga nimitta.
Sayadaw. But as a yogi, no need to do until that level. When at the nimitta, when he focuses on the nimitta and with determination he find a space and he already break into kalapa. He find a space and make determination at the anapana nimitta, then already break into kalapa. Already break the nimitta into kalapa. No need to go through.
Usually there are 2 types. One type of meditation that had been practiced in one of previous life. Because of this parami also, while practicing anapana meditation, when they focus on their nimitta become kalāpas. This is one possibility. Another possibility is if the meditator already practice 4 elements meditation successfully. At that time, if they change anapana meditation and then while they are practicing anapana meditation, when concentration improves, they may see nimitta. Because of previous practice, while focusing on the nimitta, they may also see nimitta becomes kalāpas. So such possibility is very rare opportunity. But it is also possible. They may be able to analyze those kalāpas. But if they had not yet already practiced 4 elements meditation systematically and they did not yet analyze those kalāpas, at that time, when they see kalāpas, they may be not able to analyze those kalāpas. And they may do not understand this is produced by temperature because they did not yet practice 4 elements meditation successfully.
So actually the next one, can a yogi directly search the space element in anapanasati nimitta and break it into kalapa? Already explained, huh? When the body turns into sparkling iceberg, the yogi starts to search for space element. Is it easier to find the space at the outer area of iceberg, the outside part? Is it easier to find space at the outer area of iceberg?
And then in meditation, you're trying to understand 3 types of space. Number 1 is cittaja. Cittaja is natural space between materialities outside in the sky. This is cittaja. Another space is casino gada magasa. By removing casino, they seize the akasa. When they practice arupa jhanas, especially the base of boundless space jhana, they must practice first 1 type of kasina. Pra'at kasina to aloka kasina, like kasina. For example, if they practice at kasina, first they should try at kasina up to 4th jhana. If they want to practice immaterial jhana, they should expand this at kasina up to infinite universe. After expanding, they should try to see the disadvantages of the materiality. Then the disadvantages, they should maybe, and then they should re-establish also up to 4th jhana, taking at kasina as object. And then they should try to see the disadvantages of this 4th jhana and advantages of immaterial jhana. After that, they should try to see space in the kasina. While focusing at kasina as space, and then they may see space. This is by removing kasina, they see the space. This is kasino gada magasa. For some meditators, while focusing the whole at kasina as a space, they can easily see space. But some meditators, they cannot see space easily. At that time, we suggest them to focus only in one area of that kasina. While focusing one area of that kasina as space, at that time also they see space. At that time they should expand this space. When the space expands and covers the whole earth element, then the whole earth kasina. Earth kasina will disappear, and only there will remain space. Such type of space is called kasino gada magasa. Now, if a meditator is practicing 4 elements meditation systematically, one day he may see kalāpas. But such type of meditators are those who have enough parami, and previous life they had been practiced 4 elements meditation systematically. For some meditators, they do not see kalāpas easily. First, they see the whole body begin transparent, translucent translucent and bright. At that time, they should try to see space between kalāpas. This space is kalāpantara paricheda rūpa. Between kalāpas there is space. That space delineate one kalāpa from another kalāpa. So that delimitation of kalāpas becomes space element only. When paying attention to see such space element, for some meditators may have difficulty to see space element. At that time, according to commentaries suggestion, they should also try to see space element externally. Externally means externally also they should try to discern four elements. For example, in front of one yogi. In that yogi, they should, in that yogi's body, they should also try to see four elements. After discerning four elements, if they see the whole body of that yogi become translucent and bright, at that time they should again try to see space element. But without another yogi, if they want to pay attention, they should pick one object. For example, cushion nearby, or maybe the floor nearby, or maybe the wall nearby, etc. Without any object, just in space, they try to see kalāpa. This is also sometimes maybe not accurate. Not accurate means in the space also they can discern four elements, it is okay. But if they cannot discern four elements in the space, just seeing kalāpa, at that time, when they analyze those kalāpas, and they cannot discern four elements in those kalāpas, maybe such type of difficulty. Because of this reason, there must be exact object, animate or inanimate, while discerning externally. This space element, it is better.
When a yogi, when they go try to search the space in the iceberg to find the space between the kalāpa, often they say they only can see very bright. They more brighter and like go into the nimitta. But if you slowly ask them to pay attention slowly outside the iceberg, then sometimes they are able to see this space of the kalāpa easier.
That outside, what is that outside? This is some, there must be some object. Maybe outside, maybe the table. In the table, they see space. For example, if they see space, they should try to discern four elements in that table. Without discerning four elements, if they see only just kalāpa outside, what are these kalāpas? Of which they are. So they cannot differentiate, just see kalāpa. This is not enough. Maybe the kalāpas of the mat, or kalāpas of the floor, kalāpa of the rope. So there must be some article, it is better. Just see in this space kalāpas, it is also possible. But at the time, to discern four elements in those kalāpas is not easy for them, because they also cannot see space. At that time, to discern four elements and those kalāpas also not easy for them. So because of this reason, better way is if they want to discern externally, then they should discern first four elements. Without discerning four elements, we should not go any other teaching, because Tata Bhagava Rūpa Kamantana Katendo Sinkepa Manasikara Wasena Wavitara Manasikara Wasena Wachatu Dhatu Wavutana Katesi. This is very important rule. While expounding materiality meditation, Buddha always teaches 4 elements meditation in brief way or 4 elements meditation in a wider way. Without practicing 4 elements meditation systematically, if they see kalāpas, maybe some meditation teachers also teach like that. They see kalāpas, it is true, but they cannot analyze because they do not understand how to discern 4 elements before seeing kalāpas. So these difficulties are many, such type of difficulties are many. Because of this reason, when they be attention externally, outside the body, at the time, first they should try to discern 4 elements. 4 elements of which, maybe 4 elements in space also possible. If they can discern 4 elements, and if they see kalāpas, at the time, if they can discern 4 elements in each kalāpa, it is okay.
So what I mean is, within the iceberg, it's still within the body, but let's say this is the iceberg at the corner area, which is not so bright. When they able to discern this, automatically the whole, this iceberg become kalāpa. So it's actually between the body.
Maybe between the body isn't anywhere, no problem.
Determination. Okay. Could a yogi use determination to break the iceberg into kalāpa? Use determination.
Maybe according to Buddha's teaching, Bhaddanta is to see space element. This is Bhaddanta determination. Because usually in many suttas, such as Maharahula Vada Sutta, etc., Buddha teaches 6 element meditation. Earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, space element, and consciousness element. When the Buddha teaches space element, this is for commentaries, according to commentaries explanation, there are 2 reasons. One reason is Lakhana Hara Nidhi Madda. There are 24 types of derivative materiality. Among 24 types of derivative materiality, if the Buddha teaches one derivative materiality to discern, then the meditator must understand he or she must discern all 24 types of derivative materiality. Because Buddha teaches by way of Lakhanahara Nidhi Madda. What is Lakhanahara Nidhi Madda? Buddha teaches these meditation subjects by way of similarity characteristic. Space element also derivative materiality. The remaining 23 types of rūpas are also derivative materiality. So because of this similarity, when Buddha teaches one materiality to discern, the meditator must understand all 23, all 24 derivative materialities must discern. This is one reason. Another reason is when this analyzing kalāpas or when discerning ultimate materiality, the Buddha also wants to teach the easy way of discernment. What is easy? If a meditator can discern ultimate materialities in each kalāpa, at that time only he can see ultimate materiality. Without seeing kalāpas, a meditator cannot discern ultimate materiality. Only when he can see the space element between kalāpas, at that time only he can differentiate, this is one kalāpa, this is another kalāpa, etc. Such type of easy way also Buddha want to teach. So because of this reason, Buddha teaches among 24 derivative materialities, only one element, space element to discern. So this is the commentary's explanation. Because of this reason, when the whole body began explode, translucent and bright, at that time, space element is necessary to see, but anywhere they can start, no problem.
When a yogi discerns Chakku Pasada, he first select a translucent kalapa and then observe the color of a group of kalapa nearby. It is then the color imprint on the Chakku Pasada like taking a picture, not the color come and knock the Chakku Pasada, right?
Just want to confirm, because some of the book we say that when we select one Chakku Pasada and then we see another color of a group of kalapa nearby, then they will knock, as if the color will come and knock this Chakku Pasada. But actually it's imprint, right? I know. It's like taking a photograph. You will come to here.
I do not understand the system of photograph thoroughly. But there are two types of rūpa. Sampada gahaga and asampada gahaga. Sampada gahaga means when the object impinges on the surface of pasada, translucent element, at that time only swan consciousness arises. But there are some objects, they do not directly impinge very closely to each other. Without coming to the base, they have some type of what called energy or force to arouse consciousness. For example, color and sound. Very far away color also, the object can be the object of eye consciousness. Very far away sound also can be the object of ear consciousness. These very far away sound and the very far away color, they do not come to contact with eye translucency. However, they are called asampada gahaga. Asampada gahaga means they do not reach up to the base. Base means eye base and ear base. They do not reach up to eye base and ear base, but they can, impingement is possible. Because of this reason, they see this color or they hear this sound, which are very far away. So this is called asampada gahaga. That asampada gahaga maybe similar meaning of your photograph. Maybe, but I do not understand the process of photograph.
When yogi discern the rūpa in 42 parts of body, are they considered the breaking off the compactness? Even they still discern the rūpa in each of the kalpa. Another way means, at what stage do they, as a yogi, consider achieving the breaking down of compactness?
Breaking down of the compactness is maybe for many meditators, they must learn stage by stage only. If they had enough parami, they may understand very quickly. It is true. But if they have no enough parami, they must try diligently in this very life. They must do stage by stage. For example, in materiality, there are 3 types of competence. Competence of group, samuha gana. Competence of series, santati gana. And the competence of function, kecha gana. While practicing 4 elements meditation systematically, if they do not yet see kalāpas, at the dying competence of group is still there, as well as the competence of series. Maybe I forget santati. They do not see each kalāpa one by one, so they see as a group and this as a competence only. When they see kalāpas, the competence of series is disappear. Santi cannot disappear at that time only. But there are still 2 competence. Samuha gana and kecha gana. The competence of group and the competence of function. If they can analyze each kalāpa and see ultimate materialities, 8 types of materiality, or 9 types of materiality, or 10 types of materiality, at the time they can break down the competence of group, samuha gana. But there is still the competence of function. To break down the competence of the function of materiality, a meditator must also discern by way of characteristic, function, manifestation, and proximate cause. Lakkhana, rasa, pichu, padhana, and padhana. At that time only 3 types of competence can break down fully. At that time they will see ultimate materiality purely. This is for materiality. For mentality also there are 4 types of competence. But while practicing mentality meditation, there are 2 types of mentality. One is object, one is subject. Subject means insight knowledge, which is discerning the ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality. Object is 6 types of mental process, as well as process pre-consciousness. One discerning, for example, endo-mental process. If they do not differentiate, if they cannot differentiate Paido-advancing consciousness, Indo-advancing consciousness, receiving consciousness, investigating consciousness, decision consciousness, and 7 types of impulsions and 2 registering mind movements. This may see as a one mind movement or as a mind which sees kala. Then they cannot break down the compactness of series, santati, gana. Mental series, mental process. They cannot break down the mental process. They may see as a one mind movement which sees kala. But if they can differentiate, this is Paido-advancing consciousness mind movement, this is Indo consciousness mind movement, this is receiving consciousness mind movement, this is investigating consciousness mind movement, this is decision consciousness mind movement, this is first jhana, this is second jhana, this is third jhana, etc. At that time only they can break down the compactness of mental series. Santati gana. Again, in each mind movement there are citta and cetasikas are always arise together. Mind and mental factors, or consciousness and mental factors. they always arise together. For example, Phyto-adiabatic mind movement, there are 11 types of mental formations. In Indo consciousness mind movement, there are 8 types of mental formations. In receiving consciousness mind movement, there are 11 types of mental formations, etc. But in Jhana mind movements, there may be 34, 33, etc. So if they cannot differentiate these mental patterns and consciousness one by one, clearly, then there is still the compactness of group, samuha kana. They cannot break down compactness of group. However, if they can see clearly 11 types of mental formations, Phyto-adiabatic mind movement, 8 types of mental formations, eye consciousness mind movement, etc. At that time only they can break down the compactness of group, samuha kana. But there is also another compactness. This is compactness of function. In each mental pattern, citta and cettasikas, they have their own function. So to break down this function, the meditator must try to discern mentality and materiality by way of characteristic, function, manifestation, and proximate cause. Lakkhana, rasa, pichu, padhana, and padhana. At that time only they can break down the compactness of function. In the same way, insight knowledge also have 3 types of compactness. The compactness of mental series, the compactness of group, the compactness of function. Insight knowledge is Phyto-adiabatic consciousness mind movement 1. And there may be 7 jhavanas. Those 7 jhavanas, if you analyze those 7 jhavanas, there may be 34 mental formations, including wisdom faculty. That wisdom faculty is called insight knowledge. While discerning this insight knowledge again, if a meditator sees as a one mind movement, then there is still compactness. That meditator cannot break down the compactness, 3 types of compactness. But if the meditator can see clearly, this is Phyto-adiabatic consciousness, this is first jhana, this is second jhana, etc. At that time only, the meditator can break down the compactness of group, compactness of series. But again, he must also try to see Phyto-adiabatic mind movement. There are 12 mental formations. In each jhana, there are 34 mental formations, etc. At that time only, he can break down the compactness of group, samuha kana. But he must also discern by way of characteristic function and manifestation of each mental pattern in each mind moment of that insight knowledge. At that time only he can break down the compactness of function. But in subject, which is now we are discussing about insight knowledge. In insight knowledge, there are 3 types of compactness. These 3 types of compactness are called aramana kana in this case. So, for beginners, they must practice to break down these 3 types of compactness stage by stage only.
Some yogis see the kalapas as only black and white color. Some see the black kalapa as red, feces kalapa as brown, bone kalapa as white, etc. Quite in accordance to the color of the parts of the body he or she analyzed. this is a difference in perception. Should a teacher accept this difference in perception?
Different colors of different organs, especially 32 birds, they may have different color also, same color also. So better way is according to the original color. If they see kalāpas, it is better. But there are in each case 2 types of kalāpas, translucent and opaque. Maybe translucent, the original same organ or color is better. Other than we can say or they see clearly. But if they do not see only just white and black, this is like black and white photo. This is not okay.
In the sub-commentary to Visuddhimagga, it says to develop concentration in 10 ways, referring to 4 elements meditation. Anupubato in order, nati sigato, not too fast, nati sanikato, not too slow, vikepa patibahna hatnato, warding off distraction, panyati samatikamanato, going beyond the concepts, anupatthana muccanato, discarding what is unclear, lakhananato, discerning the characteristic, and as well as according to the Adicitta Sutta, Anuttara Siddhibhava Sutta, as well as Bojjhanga Sutta, regarding the 5 faculties and 7 factors of enlightenment balancing. Now, these ways, 10 ways of discerning, is it suitable, the guidance for these 10 ways guidance, is it suitable also for the 32 parts practice of discerning the 32 parts?
If you study Visuddhimagga Mahādhika, great sub-commentary of Visuddhimagga, you can see these 2 types of explanation. These explanations are dependent on Samoha Vindodani commentary. Samoha Vindodani commentary is the dispeller of delusion commentary. This is second commentary of Abhidhamma text. So both are nearly same. Nearly same means in 4 elements in meditation they must emphasize only characteristic. While discerning 32 parts of body, they must emphasize only 32 parts only. Such type of difference only. Procedure is nearly same.
And then regarding the panyati samatikamanato, going beyond the concept. In the books it is said we pay attention to the hardness, roughness, but isn't the hardness and roughness of at the beginning stage of the 4 of the body belongs also to concept at the beginning? When a person discerns the 4 elements, he says the whole body, you guys pay attention to the 4 elements, hardness, roughness, and as well as cohesion. So this, before it breaks into the kalāpa stage, these things, isn't it also concept?
Maybe a group of characteristics only, but not pure pramata, mixed together with concept, piññati. For beginners, they must do in this way because they cannot directly see kalāpas and they cannot directly see 4 elements in each kalāpa. For seeing 4 elements in each kalāpa, as a group, if they see 4 elements, before break down the kalāpas, this is mixed together with concept. But they must emphasize only characteristic. Not pure paramata. But these characteristics are not pure paramata, pure ultimate materiality. If they can discern 4 elements in each kalapa, at that time only they can see pure materiality.
In the book, it is said, if you have not yet removed the 3 kinds of compactness of continuity, santatigana, compactness of group, samohagana, and compactness of function, kichagana, you are still in the realm of concepts, panyati, and have not yet arrived at ultimate reality, paramata. But we only analyze characteristic, function, manifestation, and proximate cause after dependent origination practice. So, can a yogi have complete nama-rupa paricheda jnana before analyzing characteristic, function, manifestation, and proximate cause at our rupa kamatana stage?
According to commentaries suggestion, while discerning materiality, a meditator also must try to understand the to discern ultimate materiality by way of characteristic, function, and manifestation. But usually we teach after discerning dependent origination to do this procedure. What is the reason? There are some difficulties. For example, what is Chakku Basara? Number 1 is explanation is Chakku Basada, Rubabi Gadaraha Buddha Basada Lakana Chakku. What is the meaning? If you see kalāpas, then you should choose translucent kalāpa in your eye. Again, if you analyze that translucent kalāpa, you can see 4 elements. And then color, odor, flavor, nutritive acid, light faculty, and translucent element. What together they rūpas. At that time, that translucent element is what is translucent? It is suitable for impingement of 4 elements. Which 4 elements? There are a group of kalāpas a little bit far away from that translucency, translucent element. A little bit far away means translucent element and this color group. Between these 2 groups, there must be space element. That space element is for light abhiya. Between these 2, there is light in space element. At that time only, the meditator can see this a group of kalāpas color. If there is no space, there is no light. If there is no light, meditator cannot see this color. For example, here, can you see the color of your eye? What else? Eyelid. You cannot see because between eyelid and eye translucency there is no space. If there is no space, there is no light. If there is no light, you cannot see the color of your eyelid. So because of this reason, there must be space. And then when a group of kalāpas color, which is impingible, when impinged to the eye, at that time only eye consciousness arises depending on eye translucency. This is very easy for beginners to discern. But another difficulty. That too, Kama Dana, Kama Dhammuthana, Buddha Bhaddanta Lakkhana Chakku. This is another explanation. What is the meaning? There is maybe desire which is associated with attachment to the color. Attachment to the color. when that attachment support at the day to see this color, they accumulate wholesome karmas for human beings. That wholesome karma produce 4 elements in your eye. Translucency of those 4 elements is called chakku. This is another explanation. At that time, without understanding, you are dependent origination or meditator, his or her own dependent origination. At that time, it is not easy to discern which type of attachment is supporting cause to which type of wholesome karma. Because of this wholesome karma, then 4 elements appear in his or her own eye. Translucency of those 4 elements is called chakku-pasara. So to understand this meaning by direct knowledge, without discerning dependent origination, it is not easy to understand by meditator's own direct knowledge. Because of this reason, we must teach to understand this meaning after discerning dependent origination only. Because of this reason, we don't want to disturb yogis 2 times to discern dependent origin or the characteristic function and manifestation. So because of this reason, we teach after discerning dependent origination to finish 2 together. After discerning dependent origination, if they discern characteristic function manifestation of both materiality and mentality, both internally and externally. After that, they must also discern mentality and materiality, both internally and externally. They must also discern dependent origination, both internally and externally. After that, only they can go to vipassana. So this is necessary. Because of this reason, we teach later. Although it is later we teach, there is very important explanation. The right understanding of materiality and mentality, right understanding of the dependent origination by their own direct knowledge. This is called nama rūpa paricheda jnana and picca bhega jnana. These 2 types of knowledge are called anubodha. What is the meaning of anubodha? Anu bhojana thena anubodha. This is the explanation of Mahasri Prana Sutta sub-commentary. What is the meaning? One time discernment is not enough. For clearer understanding of nama rūpa paricheda jnana and picca bhega jnana, for clearer understanding, they must repeat again and again these 2 types of knowledge again and again. One time discernment is not enough. At that time only they will understand clearly nama rūpa, mentality and materiality, the dependent origination, cause and condition. So this is the explanation of anubodha. Because of this reason, we teach after discerning the dependent origination, also they must again discern characteristic function, manifestation and proximate cause. Again they must also discern ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality and their causes again. So again and again they must repeat. At that time only they will understand clearly about mentality and material and their causes. After that only they can go to vipassana.
As we understand, bhava dasaka kalapa, 6 decade kalapa, is produced by karma, is kamaja rūpa. Now modern science inject man hormone to woman body and makes the woman's body appears like man, and injects woman's hormone into man's body and makes man's body appears like a woman. How to explain such phenomena?
in one time only one sex. For example, if a female have attachment to man, at that time female sex determining materiality is clear, not male sex determining materiality. But again, if that person have strong attachment to woman, not to man, at that time female sex determining materiality clear again, man sex determining materiality disappear. One time only one sex determining materiality only, because their karma can create in this way. Usually there are persons whose sex determining materiality only one time, one only, not two together. When attachment begin appear at that time only, this sex determining materiality change. In time of Buddha, maybe, sorry, I think so. So because this is unwholesome karma to Venerable Kichayana. So he became woman. Again, he apologized to Venerable Kichayana, then he became man again.
Sayadaw, just now you were saying that a female, when he attached to the woman or man, then the female sex determining materiality is clear. I think just now was a little confusion.
Maybe who is we call Ubdobijanaga in Bali, I don't know. In Bali, Ubdobijanaga. In English, Ubdobijanaga, how they say maybe unit. Unit. But unit is maybe Naponsaka, I don't know exactly. For example, they have no two sex determining materiality simultaneously, one by one only. For example, if they have attachment to another man, at that time, female sex determining materiality is very clear. Male sex determining materiality disappear. Disappear means temporary only, not permanent. Again, if that person have strong attachment to the woman, at that time, male sex determining materiality became very clear. Female sex determining materiality temporarily disappear. Only one day, one. But there are, nowadays, there are also some examples. Maybe I had seen that lady one day, she offered me food. Then my Kabia, when she go back, my Kabia informed me, Sarah, how do you think today lady who donate to you food? Maybe a little bit strange in my eye. Actually, he is boy from Burma. He immigrated to America. But he had two sex, maybe changing. One day, he had strong attachment to maybe American boy. So she want to be always woman, not man. So she went to Thailand. And then she do only one per minute. It is also not possible. Now she always become woman, not man again.
So such people, their materiality, their cittaja.
Female sex determining materiality only, but appearance is not completely like female because actually at the beginning he is boy. So For some persons, at the beginning they are women. Later their mind change, they want to become men. So because of their karma create to become men temporarily. So temporarily they are changing. Such type of person also possible. Now this person is actually at the beginning he is boy. But later his mind change. He want to become woman because he had strong attachment to another boy. At that time her sex changed because of his karma. She became woman, but the problem is she want to be always woman, not to come back to man. So she tried operation in Thailand. So it is also successful. But some men, maybe this is also in Burma, one shadow informed me, he had also same problem. So, but he chose only to become man. He don't want to be woman. So he also tried operation in Burma. It is also possible he became always man. This is also possible because they have to changing.
So can we say that such action of operation, they are using their present life action to now, because when they are born, their previous life karma determine whether they are man or woman. But now they are intervene, they change it. So because of that, their karma also.
Not everybody. They have two sex, but these persons originally they are boy. This is also possible. Originally they are woman. This is also girl. This is also possible. Later, when their mind change at that time, their sex also change. So, original woman, but later he want to become man only. This is also possible. If they remove original woman sex, this is also possible. But simultaneously do sex determining materially is impossible. Only one by one only. One by one is clear.
When a yogi starts to discern the 12 characteristics, it may appear gross to her mind or to his mind. But slowly, as he discerns, the characteristic become subtle and not obvious. Is it common? How should the yogi continue with the practice? 12 characteristics, at first is clear, gross. But slowly, the more he analyzes, it becomes very subtle and not obvious. Then how to continue?
It depends on their concentration. One practice in 4 elements meditation, mind is changing always from one characteristic to another to another. Because of this reason, such type of concentration is called moment by moment concentration, momentary concentration. Momentary concentration is a little bit weak. Because of this reason, when concentration improves, at that time they see clearly. But when concentration a little bit weak, at that time they may not see clearly. Depending on concentration only. But at that time usually we suggest the Vipassana based jhana. Vipassana padaka jhana. For example, in every sitting they re-establish white kasina jhana before practicing 4 elements meditation. Then please re-establish that white kasina jhana again. When concentration is very deep and profound and light of wisdom is very, very bright, and then go back 4 elements meditation again. Then they can discern clearly again.
When discerning the idol, 63 types of materiality. In the book, it says a yogi need to first discern the 4 elements in the eye, then take each type of kalapa, i.e., eye they get kalapa, body they get kalapa, etc., and discern the materiality in it. But for an experienced meditator, does he need to follow these steps, especially when he needs to discern quickly? Or he can just directly discern the materiality in the 6 doors? Experienced yogi, is it necessary to follow step by step or just straight to the 6 doors?
It depends on their ability. Experienced meditators, they had already discerned these 6 doors repeatedly again and again, many days, many months, many years. So if they focus on the body with the intention to discern materiality or to discern mentality, they can directly see materiality and material mentality because of practice. This system is especially for beginners. Why Buddha teaches this 4 elements meditation systematically? Because there are many people, when they practice at the beginning, they have no experience. So especially for those, this system is picked. But for those who had been already understood ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality for many days or for many months or for many years, when they pay attention ultimate materiality and mentality, they can see quickly ultimate materiality and mentality. But if they do not yet see, at that time please try to start 4 elements meditation. But within few seconds or few minutes, they can see ultimate materiality again.
Now this question, can a yogi use the body to sense the arising and perishing of the rūpa?
If they had already practiced 6 doors, any door they can do, no problem. But Sabbam bhikkhave anabhijana abhijana aviraja abhajaha abhabo dukkha kriyaya. This is Abhijnana Sutta of Sayutta Nikaya. What is it meaning? Without understanding all materiality and mentality by 3 types of parinya, full understanding. The known full understanding, investigation, full understanding, and the ahana, maybe removing what full understanding. So this yanda parinya, tirana parinya, ahana parinya. Then one cannot realize nibbana. One cannot attain the cessation of nibbana, cessation of suffering. Because of this reason, they must contemplate all. But later, when they had already contemplated other doors, 6 doors again and again, later they can choose any door, no problem. Because they want to emphasize only body door, it is also okay. I do ear door also okay. Any door is okay because they had already contemplated all 6 doors.
You mean in future he can choose body without repeat the rest? He can just choose body.
Maybe this is for those when they attain up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage only. At the Sankharupaka Jnana stage, if they had already contemplated many dhammas for many times, for many days, at that time they can choose one dhamma also possible. Any dhamma, jhana dhamma also possible. Rūpa, one type of door also possible. Especially such type of suggestion is at the Sankharupaka Jnana stage. The formation equanimity knowledge stage only.
This jnana, sankhara upeka jnana, is that every time they have to be practiced until this, or once they have this sankhara upeka jnana, they can always start at this sankhara upeka stage?
Usually, every meditator must start from Uddiyabhya jnana. This is necessary. But they can stay in Uddiyabhya for few seconds or few minutes, no problem. They can directly go to perishing of those formations. Then very quickly they can attain Sankarupeka, because they had been attained Sankarupeka for many days, many months, etc. Venerable Gunya Abda became Sodabana. In his mind, what does clear? Yanking chi samudya dhamma sabandha nirodha dhamma. All dhammas are rising. All rising dhammas are perishing. So that is Uddiyabhya jnana is vivid in his mind. Abda becoming Sodabana. Because of this reason, every noble one, they must start from Uddiyabhya. Just for few seconds also okay, few minutes also okay. Then they must continue to try to see perishing of those formations.
But anyway, Sayadaw, I think the questioner, the idea is, can a yogi use the body door to sense the arising and perishing of rūpa? That means through the body consciousness and then the mind consciousness. Means like through the impingement on the body door, not directly using the mind. I think the question refers, like in other systems, they say use the body to feel. They feel the arising and passing away. So this is the question, I think.
Body consciousness does not understand ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality. It understands only tangible object. If a mind understands ultimate materiality and the body door, this is insight knowledge only, not body door consciousness. So insight knowledge which arises depending on heart base can understand body door materiality also possible. But body door alone they emphasize, they do not emphasize other doors. This is not enough. Because Sabbam Bhikkhave Nabhijana, Abhijana, Aviraja, Abhajaha, Abhava, Dukkha, Khyaya. In this way, Buddha teaches. Because of this reason, knowing all materiality by 3 types of prajna knowledge, this is important. 3 types of prajna knowledge is in brief all vipassana insight. 16 types of vipassana insight.
For some yogis, after practicing for a long time the 4 elements meditation, their eyes block cannot break into kalāpas. What are the reasons and how to overcome this?
Such type of yogis are talkative. They are talking too much. They are boasting their experience too much. So because of hindrance only. Because of 1 or 2 or many hindrances are visiting to their mind, they do not see clearly ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality. They cannot re-establish their concentration thoroughly. Because of this reason, they do not see clearly. This is one type of hindrance, especially delusion.
In the detailed method for developing 4 elements meditation, can Sayadaw explain how to discern A. the 4 parts of the body in which heat is predominant, B. the 6th part in which air element is predominant? In the method to develop 4 elements meditation, can Sayadaw explain how to discern? Okay, 1. 4 parts of the body in which heat, fire is predominant, and another 6 parts of the body in which air element is predominant.
among these 4 parts of tejo kotasa, heat element kotasa, the most difficult one is sandapana tejo and daha tejo. What is the difference between these 2 types of tejo? But in ancient time and this modern time, maybe a little bit different idea. But we had been experienced under Japanese time in our Burma. Malaria, they sick alternate day. Today, they feel fever today. Tomorrow, okay, they can work well. The day after tomorrow, come back again. But nowadays, we do not see such type of fever. But we had been experienced under Japanese in our Burma. Because at that time, not enough medicine. Medicine is only grass. So we must cook grass and boil grass and then drink, etc. So only herbal medicine. There are also no much skillful teachers, skillful doctors who can cure this disease. So one is maybe alternate day. They feel fever, such type of fever. Another is very hot fever. This is maybe one type of fever. Possibility is fever and malaria. These 2 types. If they are not yet at the present, they do not have fever and they do not have malaria. How they can do? If they had been experienced before, maybe 1 year ago or 10 years ago, etc. At that time, they should descend rūpa up to that moment. At that time, this fever is very clear. This is our suggestion for those people. Other 2 types of tejo, it is a little bit easy, digested fire. This is very easy. If they had already this nutritive as bone, nutriment bone kalāpas, they had already see this process. Another is aging. This fire element produces aim to become older and older day by day, moment by moment. How? Maybe within 1 kalāpa there is fire element. That fire element produces new generation, new kalāpa. If a meditator analyzes that new generation kalāpa, there are 8 types. Among 8 types, there is also fire element. If a meditator compared previous original fire element and this first generation fire element, first generation fire element become older than original fire element. This degree the meditator should try to see. And then the first generation fire element produce second generation. In that second generation, there is also fire element. That fire element is older than first generation fire element. In this way, if they can compare, then they can see aging. Because in aging, the fire element which produce aging, there are 4 types. 1 type is life nonic kalāpa. Another 3 types are mind bone kalāpa, temperature bone kalāpa, nutriment bone kalāpa. Altogether 4 types. So in each type can produce order and order, generation to generation. In this way, they should try to see. Especially our body is overwhelmed by temperature bone kalāpas. So these temperature bone kalāpas are become older and older day by day. Then slowly we also become old. Then another is 6 air kotasa. 6 air kotasa may be Odingama Wada. The wind going up. Adogama Wada, wind going up. Is it not clear? You should try to eat something like garlic. if it is not clear, Allah being incarnate, then you may be able to see this word. So first you should try to see this word. And then please there's some four element in that word. Then you can see what is nothing but a group of kalāpas. Very subtle, very gentle. If you analyze those kalāpas, there are four types of kalāpas: life-nonic kalāpa, mind-born kalāpa, temperature-born kalāpa, nutriment-born kalāpa. So these four types only. Gas going down also same. Other gas, other wet element also same. But asasa, basasa also one kotasa. So we had already explained. You should try to see your consciousness which arises depending on your heart base. Every consciousness can produce breath. This is mind-born kalāpa only. But this mind-born kalāpa breath is internally only, not externally. Externally is temperature-born kalāpa only. Temperature means in asasa, basasa, mind-born kalāpa, there is fire element. That fire element produces new kalāpas throughout the body. Not only throughout the body, but also externally, outside the nostril, etc.
Can Sayadaw explain the four characteristics of the characteristic of four materiality? 1. Upacaya, B. Santati, C. Jarata, and D. Anicca. How to practically discern this?
Upacaya, Santati, Jarata, Anicca. According to Dhamma Sankani, Buddha also divided upacaya two stages, acaya and upacaya. Then santati. When Buddha, the acaya, upacaya, santati, these three are rising stage of materiality. Jarata is standing stage, thitti. Anicca is perishing stage, bhanga. Upada thitti, bhanga. Why Buddha divide in this way? Because of the listeners. When Buddha is founding Abhidhamma and towering Deva, well, the listeners, especially Devas and Brahmas, they will understand if the Buddha divide in this way. Because Devas, usually many Devas and many Brahmas, their body rise simultaneously, or Rupas rise simultaneously. But for human beings, maybe most of animals, their body rise stage by stage, slowly develop in mother's womb. So because of this reason, if Buddha divide in this way, they will understand clearly. So Buddha divide. But commentary explains this acaya, upacaya, and santati with one example. In the brink of a river, there are many sands. Inside these sands, if they dig well, they can get water clearly, very quickly, because river is flowing. So on the bank of river, there are many sands. So inside these sands, they dig well. At the time, water, at the beginning, water come out. This is like acaya. But slowly, river is nearby, is flowing. Because of this, water begin pull the well. Up to that stage, water coming out is called like upacaya. After that, the water flow over the well. Overflowing is like santati. In the same way, especially for human beings, in our mother's womb, at the beginning, what? Only three types of materiality, such as body-decade kalāpa, octad-kalāpas, and Bhaddanta. These three types of kalāpas arise together with birth-linking mentalities, cittaja and chittajas. For those who have three roots, tihe-dukkha passions, whose birth-linking consciousness associate with happy feeling, somnasa, vedana, there are 34 mental formations. So, 34 mental formations and these three types of octad-kalāpas arise simultaneously at the birth-linking main moment in our mother's womb. So that area may be, according to commentary's explanation, is heart area. This is beginning point. So that first rising of three octad-kalāpas is Acchaya. But they develop generation to generation, stage by stage. So that developing process is called upacchaya. Up to which stage? Maybe 5 faculties, all faculties, indriyas, all areas fully developed. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, all became complete. Up to that stage, rising of those materiality is called santati, upacchaya. After all faculties fully developed, then all materialities rising stage throughout the life is called santati. In this way, they divide three: acchaya, upacchaya, and santati. Later, in some cases, Buddha teaches only upacchaya and santati. So acchaya and upacchaya say first beginning rising and later generation only. So if a meditator wants to see this acchaya, then he must discern nama, rūpa, mentality and materiality up to birth-linking mind movement. At that time, rising stage of materiality is up to the fully developed faculties stage. Then this stage is called upacchaya. After fully developing faculties, then rising stage of materialities throughout the life, this is called santati. Charada, titi, nichada, parishay, these are said in every case.
Can Sayadaw explain the characteristic of being molested by change? How to practically discern this, being molested by change? Now, what is the Pali? Characteristic of being molested by change, oppressed by change. Dukkha, actually. Being oppressed by change. Explain dukkha.
Udiyabhiya patipilanatha. Udiyabhiya patipilanatha means maybe all materiality as well as all the mentality. As soon as they rise, they perish away. So they are impermanent. But in this case, molested, especially rūpa, siddhena bi rūpati, onena bi rūpati. Cittaja bi rūpati, pipasaya bi rūpati, dhansa magasa vadadapa sarisapa sampase bi rūpati. That rūpati they translate as molded, changing nature. What is the meaning? Now very hot. Daytime very hot. No hot? When it is hot, rises of this materiality is a little bit different. When it is cold, this is molested. Because of cold, the rising of materiality is a little bit different. Different means materiality is this materiality only, but position maybe or quality maybe a little bit change. In Himalaya, food is very simple, very poor quality, but many meditators can eat a lot. Why? Molded, changing. Because of cold weather, inside digestive fire can work well. So heat does not go out quickly. Because of this reason, inside heat digestive fire stay inside body, so can digest thoroughly. So body become a little bit fat, body weight increase. This is maybe because of this cittaja or heat and cold. But when poisonous snake bite to your body, at that time, rising of this materiality may be a little bit changing. Is it true? Changing. This is more than that. Rūpa. Dansa, magasa, wanandaba, sari sabba, sampa, sena, bi, rūpa. Because of the poisonous snakes bite at that time, Rūpa's materiality rising stage may be a little bit different than before by day. Is it true? Yes, such type of mood. So at that time you can try daytime when it is hot. At that time 4 types of rūpa. Night time when it is very cold. At that time 4 types of rūpa. Then a little bit difference you can see. When you eat a lot, at that time 4 types of rūpa, a little bit different. When you are very hungry, not enough food. At that time, 4 types of materiality is a little bit different.
In one particular moment, when we discern the rūpa, would that sabana lakkhana of that rūpa change? Like they say, from hard to soft during that moment, not throughout the period. Is it possible?
Characteristic is not changed. No, characteristic is not changed. Maybe degree, maybe less. Hardness may be not so strong. Maybe a little bit weak hardness, or maybe strong hardness. Such type of changing is possible. But usage is sometimes a little bit difficult. Hardness, weak hardness is called softness. Strong hardness is called hardness only. So, from weak to hard change, this is also another way can say like that. But in another way, hardness is hardness, weakness, softness is softness only. But degree may be different. Occasionally, maybe hardness is very, very strong. Occasionally, hardness may be not so strong. At that time, the meditator may say this is softness, etc.
So when we see the rūpa, that arising and perishing away, arising, perishing away, we just see the lakkhana. When do we need to observe these changes in the lakkhana? Like just now Sayadaw mentioned, from hard to a bit soft, in one particular area of the body.
Maybe at that time seeing is perishing only. Just rising and perishing. Any hard or maybe soft, no problem. Maybe hot, maybe soft. Maybe hot, maybe cold, no problem, but just perishing. Rising and perishing only at that time while contemplating vipassana, while practicing vipassana. But discerning this degree is one discerning divinity, one discerning nama rūpa, and one discerning characteristic function and manifestation only.
One teacher instructs yogi to discern at least 100 kalāpas for each type of kalāpa. Is it necessary this way, or as long as the yogi is able to know and understand each materiality, they can proceed to the next one? One teacher instructs yogi to analyze every type of kalapa, to analyze at least 100 kalapas. Is it necessary to say like this, or it is sufficient if the yogi feel okay, every materiality is sure, then they can move on to do another work?
In English, how they translate, I cannot understand well, but some English speakers, they inform me this is quality and quantity. Whether it is true or not, I don't know. Quantity is not easy because within 2 cittaja 1 and 2 cittaja 2, how many kalāpas are there? We cannot calculate how many kalāpas are there. But they are in the ground, in animate world, such as trees, bushes, grass. If we analyze those kalāpas, they are only just temperature born kalāpas. While contemplating these rūpas, if you see partially, it is also okay. But quality must be all. All means quality. Quality means, for example, in your body, how many kalāpas are there? We cannot calculate. But in body, there are 6 types of kalāpas. If you analyze those kalāpas, there are 54, 53. No, 63 is I do. 54. This quality must, 54 you must try to understand. But for example, body dog. How many body dog kalāpas? Body decade kalāpas? We cannot calculate. There are uncountable body decade kalāpas. But partially, some body decade kalāpas you must try to see. In your body, there are also many cittaja kalāpas. How many cittaja kalāpas? We cannot calculate all, but partially, ekadesa. Some body decade kalāpas you must try to see in your body. In the same way, there are also life-knowing kalāpas throughout your body. How many? We cannot calculate. They are spreading throughout the body. But some life-knowing kalāpas you must analyze and you must contemplate them as nature dukkha anatta. In the same way, in body there are many mind-born kalāpas, many temperature-born kalāpas, many nutrient-born kalāpas. You must also analyze those kalāpas and you must contemplate partially them. So, the quality must be all, but quantity you cannot contemplate all. How many, it is not easy to measure because this is not the domain of disciples to measure. Because there is no enough time to measure. As soon as they rise, they perish with another come. How we can measure? So how we can say how many? It is not easy. So because of this reason, depending on their parami. Parami means when accumulating host one karma in one of previous life, that host one karma is especially fixed for realization of Nibbana. At that time, that insight knowledge is, that host one karma is always associated with wisdom faculty. Depending on this wisdom faculty's power, you may here understand when discerning dhammas, many or maybe a little bit less, etc. Quantity may be many, quantity may be less, but you must discern quality or quality means in your body there are 6 types of kalāpas. You must try to understand these 6 types of kalāpas, 54 types of rūpa, etc.
I also heard about also this teacher teach this because when the yogi discern the kalapa rising and pressing very very fast, they cannot get 1. So the teacher teach you take 100 first. Then you reduce by 50, then 10, then 5, then 2, then 1. Is this method okay?
Maybe this is their idea only. It is not mentioned in books, so their idea only. But according to Buddha's teaching, although there are many kalāpas, but while analyzing, they should choose one. It is true. When they choose one, which one? Maybe clear one only. Which clear one? It depends on his ability. So if he gets one clear kalāpa, then he can analyze those kalāpa only. But usually for beginners, to see 4 elements in a kalāpa simultaneously is not easy. Slowly, if they practice one by one, and they may be able to do 4 elements in each kalāpa simultaneously. Again, if they continue to practice again, they can see ultimate materiality in each kalāpa, such as 10 types of materiality, or 9 types of materiality, or 8 types of materiality, because they had been practiced again and again. At that time, they can see clearly only. But among those many, while analyzing kalāpas to see Brahmata, ultimate reality, at that time they should start only one. It is better.
I think the question here is concerned with the numbers of kalāpas. It doesn't mean all kalāpas. It means some people say you must see 100 only, then you are sure it is clear. But is it sufficient? Some people maybe see 10. Let's say the Aideke kalāpa. That teacher requires that, okay, now Aideke kalāpa, you must see 100. After that, I let you do body kalāpa, something like that. So now, the questioner is saying, is it sufficient if someone see 10 kalāpas, Aideke kalāpa, but clear, quality, see the quality? So enough. After seeing 10 Aideke kalāpa, move on to another body deke kalāpa and other kalāpa. So the numbers not so important, right? Just as long as sure and clear is enough.
Sure and clear is enough in each type. But depending on their body, some meditators, they can discern many kalāpas up to ultimate materiality. At the beginning, is for many meditators not easy to discern all materiality, all kalāpas. Later, especially when their vipassana insight becomes mature, at that time usually they can see many kalāpas, ultimate materiality, especially from Bhinga jnana to higher vipassana jnana. When they see ultimate materiality vividly perishing, slowly when their vipassana insight becomes mature, at that time they do not see kalāpas. They see only just materiality. At that time it is not necessary to differentiate how many kalāpas are there, 100 or 200 or 100 or maybe 30, 40, etc. Just materiality only they see. But at that time only pure Brahmata only. But for beginning stage, not like that. They may see partially only.
Okay, I think for this morning.
Sharing very. Idame Bonya Asawakya Waha Hodu Idame Bonya Nibbana Sa Bachyo Hodu Idame Bonya Sabha Sadana Pajema Isabe Mesama Bonya Baga Labandu Sadhu Sadhu
များစွာပါတယ်အကြိုင်ကမှာပဲပြန်လည်တွေ့ဆုံမှုကိုမျှဝေပါတယ်ဒီနေ့များအားလုံးစိတ်မြင့်ပျော်ရွှင်ပါစေရန်ဆုမကောင်းတောင်းပါရရှင်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်
Do the Sabasana kill.